Started out racing at the age of 10 years old at the Topeka Fairgrounds in 1978. So I talked my dad into letting me do this race. I basically badgered him into it, and had some friends that were into the dirt bike scene and thought that I wanted to be part of that as well. So he took me to the race. We really didn't know what we were doing, and he had signed me up, and I did the race. I did the best I could, and we were loading up to go home, and I asked my dad, hey, can we stay? And I want to see the trophies and see everybody how this works. So we decided to stay, and they were giving out the awards, and when they came down to the 11 under class, lo and behold, they announced me as the first place winner. At that point, I think my dad, the light kind of went on, was like, hey, maybe my kid might be decent at this. Did the motocross racing all the way through grade school, junior high, and high school. And then I found stand-up jet skis in the early 90s. And a buddy of mine turned me on to that and said, hey, they're racing jet skis. And so I purchased a couple jet skis, started racing those, and really got into that heavily, competed at the World Finals in Lake Havasu for several years. And that was a big process of trying to qualify to even get to the World Finals, which I was pretty successful at and had some good finishes at World Finals. Right when I turned 30, mid to late 90s, I was back on the motocross bike and tried to qualify for the Loretta Lynn National Championships. Kind of stayed with the whole motocross thing ever since. So after all these years of doing this, to where Topeka actually has a motocross track right in my own backyard. So super excited about Heartland Park Motocross. It's going to be top notch. This past year I decided that I wanted to try to qualify for Loretta Lynn's 20 years later, which I was successful getting in. It's kind of hard to qualify for it, but I did have good enough finishes to where I did earn the golden ticket to go back to Loretta's this year, which is going to be the first week of August. I guess at the end of the day, I'm kind of a die-hard racer, and some people would say it's a bad habit or a sick addiction, and I'm guilty of that, but I wouldn't have it any other way. If I can race something at age 100, I'm going to figure out a way, whether it's a wheelchair, I don't know, but if there's some races, I'll figure out a way to race somebody. My wife gets a little irritated with me sometimes. I want to get through the checkout line at the grocery store first, okay? So I eyeball up the lines. I look to see what I think the best line's going to be, and I always get a kick out of beating the guy that, passing him at the line. My wife, Chris, and my daughter, Carly, are probably my two biggest fans that go racing with me all the time, usually down on the starting line with me, packing dirt, getting me ready, bringing water or whatever, so I couldn't do any of this without them.